Hello my peaches, what's up? I am Pratha and welcome to today's video. Just wanted to share with you that today is my birthday. I have developed such a beautiful community here now. I'm generally not the kind of person to share these things online, but yeah, I feel like sharing things with you now because I have kind of created a family here which is always so supportive, always there, always concerned, and always caring. So I thought I should share my birthday with you as well. And also, just another thing about my birthday is that I like being productive on my birthday. I just feel that this is the starting of a new year for me, as in like birth year. So yeah, I really like being productive on this particular day. And with that, in today's video, I am going to talk about my entire collection because I just bought a lot of new pink body mists, but then I realized that I'm going to talk about the old ones that I have to compare the new things with them. So I just realized that this is almost like my entire pink body mist collection from Victoria's Secret. There are going to be many new fragrances in this video, mostly new fragrances that I've never talked about on the channel. So without wasting any more time, let's quickly get into this video and roll the intro. Let's start with the first one, and that is Coconut Passion. I know this is not from the pink line, but this was also something that I picked up and I have to mention it in this video since I cannot mention it separately. It has the notes of island coconut, warm sands, and beach days forever. It's a very coconut milk mixed with tropical notes kind of fragrance in here, and it very much reminds me of Coco Paradise from Bath and Body Works. The same kind of, it definitely has the creaminess and the dryness from sandalwood. It has the sandalwood note which is not mentioned, but I can tell you by sniffing on it that it's a mix of tropical notes and coconut milk along with sandalwood, and it is giving me the exact same vibe like that of Coco Paradise from Bath and Body Works. So I am not amazed by it because it's not coming off as something that I've never smelled before, but I can say that this is a sexier take on a coconut fragrance, and I do feel that about Coco Paradise as well. So it's a beautiful coconut, sexy, beachy kind of fragrance, but it's not blowing my mind for now, and it's not like a love at first sniff. I'm like okay with it. It's an okay fragrance for me for now. I might come around it and get along with it more later on as I wear it, but since I have received the package just yesterday, and this is like a very quick review kind of video since I don't have the time because semi-annual sale on both Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works might start early this season. So I am really in a hurry to upload more and more content about Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works. So yeah, this for now is a good fragrance for me, but I am not blown away by it, and let's move on. The next fragrance that I would like to talk about is Warm and Cozy Sugared. Just look at this beautiful packaging, guys. These beautiful pink colored Christmas trees are just taking my heart. This has the notes of sugar plum, cozy vanilla, and frosted mistletoe. I do have the old Warm and Cozy as well with me, which has the notes of soft vanilla, toasted coconut, and passion fruit. Though Warm and Cozy Sugared does not have the coconut note, and I do not that prominently smell the toasted coconut in it, but the vibe of these two is pretty similar. I can say that this one has that orange candy or juicy orange or clementines kind of note in the opening, which is definitely missing in this and has been replaced by the plum. They kind of do smell the same in the air, but there is a slight difference, and I would like to say that you go only for this if you don't care about that toasted coconut and that juicy clementine note. If you have the preference of just a warm and sweet kind of fragrance with a plum opening to it, like sweet plum opening, so if that's your fragrance, you will look in the direction of this. They are slightly different from each other. They are not exactly same, but I love the toasted coconut note in the Warm and Cozy original. So because of that coconut note, I would like to kind of stick to the original Warm and Cozy, but sugared is also not bad. If you have it, you're not gonna regret it. It's just gonna come off as a sweet, fruity, warm and cozy kind of fragrance like warm air or something. So not the toasted coconuts, but yeah, it's nice, it's great, but just another fragrance which is not like a must have according to me. And moving on to the next one. Let's talk about Extra Apple next. I have been eyeing this fragrance from past 2 years. I'll be very honest with you. It has the notes of fresh fall air, juicy honey crisp, and there is no mention of apple, but it's kind of, pretty understandable that this is going to have apple in it. So this is a crispy apple fragrance, which is kind of a little perfumey. So this is not your simple juicy, sugary or crispy kind of apple in here. It's definitely crispy. It's definitely yummy, but has a very perfume vibe to it. Let me give you an example. It has the kind of it has a muskiness in the base, and that muskiness is kind of a fragrance which is a little bit masculine. It has this kind of fragrance which very much and very strongly reminds me of Sweater Weather from Bath and Body Works. I have a body lotion for Sweater Weather, and I always say that it kind of comes off as a slightly masculine fragrance to me, with all those crispy apples in it and that fruity juiciness to it. So that is what is exactly what you're getting here. So if Sweater Weather is something which you like because of that slight masculinity into it, want to smell fresh, crispy, juicy apples, but along with some perfumey muskiness, that is when you will look in the direction of Extra Apple. I would have liked it more if it had been missing that muskiness in it. So I'm not a huge fan of that sharp muskiness in fragrances, and the muskiness in it is quite, mix of powdery and musky. So that is what I'm getting in here. But it's not bad. It's kind of nice. It's beautiful. You can definitely put this one on. But I definitely think that I have better apple fragrances in my collection than this. And there was no need of me buying it. If you don't have any apple collection, you can definitely look into it. If all other apple fragrances are out of stock and you really want to own an apple fragrance, do look into Extra Apple this semi-annual sale on Victoria's Secret. Next up, we have Honey Mist. This is just another fragrance which I had my eyes on from a long time. People have been raving about the body oil in this, and I was like, this has to be a very beautiful, yummy fragrance for people to be liking the body oil so much. It has the notes of honey drizzle, purple dahlia, and whipped vanilla, and I just have to say that this is just another fragrance which is good enough. It's a super sweet, florally honey fragrance in here, and it strongly reminds me of some honey-based perfumes. So it's more like in the fragrance family of Scandal or something. All those fragrances that have the honey note to them but are like super sweet but still quite perfumey. That's the kind of vibe I get from this. It's a mix of honey, floral. It will not come off as a super sweet or dripping with sweetness and, smelling cloying kind of honey fragrance. It's more like your mix of vanilla and honey and a lot of florals to it, which are kind of making it a perfumey honey vanillic fragrance. But the vanilla is not that prominent. It's not kind of adding that coziness to the fragrance. The vanilla is very much in the background and just kind of balancing out this fragrance. So it does not come off as a super yummy fragrance to me. It will be appreciated more by the people who like their fragrances to be perfume like. So this will not be cloying. This is one honey or a sweet fragrance which you can definitely rock in the summer nights as well. If you like your sweet fragrances enough, but if you will expect this to be like a cozy, sweet winter kind of fragrance, that's not going to be the case because it's quite lifted by those purple florals, the purple dahlia. So it's quite florally and it's quite perfumey, and if that is something that you prefer, do look into Honey Mist. Now I would like to come back to the coconut discussion again because I picked up 2 coconut fragrances from the Pink line. I just went all in this time. I was like, I want to try everything that is there in coconut from Victoria's Secret because the coconut really smells good on my skin from this brand. It has the notes of coconut water, jasmine petals, and creamy sandalwood. Though this fragrance says coconut water, but if you ask me, I would say that this is a coconut oil kind of fragrance, but the best way a coconut oil can smell on your skin. The jasmine petals are definitely lifting this fragrance initially, like in the opening. But as it goes to the dry down, what we are left with is a simple coconut oil kind of fragrance on the skin. But generally, if you are somebody who actually applies coconut oil on the skin, you will know what I'm talking about. Coconut oil smells great in the bottle, but as it touches the skin, it kind of changes and becomes weird. So you do not really smell yummy after putting on a coconut fragrance, but this Coco Mist, it's gonna make you smell yummy, but in a slightly lifted florally way, not for the entire time, but maybe like for the first 10 minutes, those florals will really shine. But as the fragrance goes to the dry down, it will really become a true coconut oil kind of fragrance in here. That sandalwood note is very much in the background and not taking the forefront, or probably the mix of this coconut water and creamy sandalwood is making it smell like coconut oil. So that's the best I can tell you. And now moving on to the last fragrance that I picked up. That is Coco Vanilla. How could I have not picked up something which is in the combination of coconut and vanilla? That was a must for me. It has the notes of coconut cream, vanilla bean, and spiced pear. And I have to say, out of all the fragrances that I have bought in this lot, this is my most favorite. It's a beautiful spiced pear in here, because this pear is not coming off as bright and juicy or anything such, but more like a, I don't know, somehow creamy and warm kind of pear, which is not exactly smelling spicy, but is kind of adding a warmth to the fragrance. Then quickly this vanilla cream and vanilla bean takes over, and it turns into a yummy, sweet, coconutty, vanillic fragrance. The dry down on this very much reminded me of Basic Vanilla, which is my all-time favorite and my go-to fragrance from Victoria's Secret. This is one fragrance I can layer with just anything and can never go wrong with. The only difference that I felt between these two is that Coco Vanilla is a coconut vanillic fragrance. Basic Vanilla is a very beautiful lactonic. Like, this also has a slight bit of lactonicness to it, but Basic Vanilla is a true lactonic elaichi doodh kind of fragrance, which is cardamom milk. So that is what I smell in here because of the toasted marshmallow and warm chai notes in it. So it literally smells like elaichi doodh to me, and I just love that about this fragrance. And I almost every third day I reach out for this fragrance and put it on. And now I'm gonna reach out for Coco Vanilla so much, because I was looking for this sweet vanillic coconut fragrance, and that was the whole point of buying so many fragrances from Victoria's Secret this time, because I was really looking for more gourmands and fragrances that I would like to put on more and more. So I think this fragrance is highly recommended. These both, like Basic Vanilla and Coco Vanilla. But if you really want to go for just one, that's okay, depending upon your preference. My preference is both of them. If given a choice, I would own both of them. And that pretty much ends my list for today's video. It was more like a birthday gift to myself. I knew that very few people are going to be interested in this video, but still this was more like, okay, let me gift myself something that I have been eyeing for a very long time. So yes, if you're still here watching me and liking me, don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up down below. Let's have some fun with the emojis, maybe some coconut emojis or some floral emojis. Let's just keep it pretty in the comments section and make it look colorful and beautiful. I will see you in the next one. Till then, keep looking beautiful, keep smelling good. Have a great day all. Bye bye. Mwah.